Does it feel like your paycheck just evaporates? You're not imagining things. Have you ever stared at a grocery bill or a gas receipt and just thought, how is this even possible? You are definitely not alone. Let's break down the real reasons why life feels so unaffordable, even when the news tells you things are better than ever. There is a huge gap between what the official numbers say and what we're actually feeling in our bank accounts. We keep hearing that inflation has cooled, and the latest numbers show the annual inflation rate holding steady at about 2.7% as of December in 2025. But if it's not getting worse, why does everything still feel so punishingly expensive? Here's the hard truth that they don't say out loud. Cooling inflation doesn't mean prices are back down. It means they aren't climbing at the crazy speed that they were before. All those record high prices from the last few years, for most things, they're the new normal. This isn't a temporary blip, it's a long-term affordability challenge. And that's what makes it so frustrating. Polls consistently show that the cost of living is the number one stress for most people. When we get a raise that feels earned, a reward for our work, but the price hikes feel like they're being forced on us, slightly erasing any progress that we make. It's a quiet crisis that is eating away at our savings and our sense of security. Nowhere is this crisis more obvious than in the search for a place to live. If you've even glanced at the housing market recently, you know it feels broken. To give you some perspective, the Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index went from 239 in January of 2020 to 328 in late 2025, a jump of nearly 38%. A surge that used to take a decade happened in just a few years. This isn't just a string of bad luck. It's a full-blown housing trap. Mortgage rates are still high, putting monthly payments out of reach for many people. At the heart of it is a severe housing shortage that's been decades in the making. Experts point to the perfect storm of factors: restrictive local zoning laws, a lack of construction workers, and even institutional investors buying up properties. The result is that an entire generation feels locked out of homeownership. It's forcing young adults to delay their independence and stopping families from planting roots. It feels like a fundamental breakdown of the promise that if you just work hard, you can have a place to call your own. If this is hitting close to home, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps prove this isn't just a handful of people feeling the squeeze. And if you want to keep making sense of these economic forces, make sure you subscribe. This isn't just about the roof over your head. It's the food in your fridge, the gas in your car, and the cost of a doctor's visit. We've all seen the prices for essentials like groceries and personal care go up, and it feels like we have no control. And there are other things economists are watching that could keep the pressure on. For example, some analysts worry that recent tariffs could push inflation higher in the coming years, as businesses may pass those extra costs onto the consumer to protect their bottom line. This isn't just some abstract economic theory. It's a potential hit to your wallet every time you go to the store. This has become the new reality for so many of us. We're constantly on guard, watching prices for things we absolutely need creep up. What's the most ridiculous price hike that you've seen lately? Let me know down below in the comments. So if you feel more stressed and pessimistic about money, you're not making it up and you are not alone. There's even a name for this now. The vibecession. It's the deep in your gut feeling that the economy just isn't working for regular people, no matter what the official reports claim. And that feeling isn't entirely baseless. Well, the unemployment rate has remained relatively low. Job growth has slowed significantly, with 2025 being the worst year for job creation since the pandemic. This creates a disconnect. The economy seems okay on paper, but many people feel a growing sense of uncertainty. The path to a stable middle-class life is starting to feel more like a maze than a roadmap. Let's be real, the affordability crisis is hitting hard. Stubbornly high prices for everything you need, a housing market that feels impossible to break into, and constant financial pressure mean your money just doesn't buy what it used to. This is not personal failure. You didn't mess up your budget. You didn't slack off at work. You are navigating the fallout from huge systematic issues that are changing the way our economy works. And by talking about it, we can see that it is not just a me problem. It is a we problem. People are feeling overwhelmed because the pressure is real and it is relentless. So share your story in the comments below. What does this affordability crisis feel like for you? Remember, stay thoughtful and stay stubborn.